Every time I say we're live, I think of the Bill O'Reilly.
Right. Fuck it, we're live.
Yeah. On that note, we're fucking live.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here at my brother's house
Mm-hmm.
and trying to change things up because every time we do a recording
Yeah.
on the on through the what is it through streaming, and it's just a horrible experience
On
every
the
time.
River app.
Yeah, Riverside. It's not really the app. Maybe it is. Maybe it's the
Mm.
time. Recording at 5 p.m. But we're trying something a little different.
The
Like,
frustration of like not being able to input a comment is, I mean, man, that was aggravating because I would want to not interrupt but add to your conversation, and I couldn't do it with the
oh,
lag, the delay,
a
and
phone call with lag is what we were dealing with.
yes, well, more than that, we were recording. We couldn't stop production. I
No.
mean, that's a fancy term for our two viewers, but uh, once you run out of steam in the conversation, or you not necessarily run out of steam, but you have an interruption, your flow is out of whack, and then you're supposed to go on command, like you
It,
want
you,
authentic
you know what it
energy.
was? It was playing Tekken is what it was. You had to let the string finish. Don't interrupt my string.
as I don't know, as a gamer mentality or gamer core, like you despise lag. Lag in anything is such it's the enemy. It's like you don't want it anywhere.
So that's a great segue into what we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
As you are advancing into gaming, I'm speaking more for myself,
Mm-hmm.
you start to see that every frame really does matter. And I'm becoming very particular about how much lag does that controller have? How much is that
Mm-hmm.
TV contributing? How much is my internet doing? Which I have a question that I don't know if anybody knows, but how is it that they're able to have online gameplay and still be a functional experience?
So there should be a level of lag that is baked into the game.
Hmm.
So no matter what, even if you're offline or online, you will experience like 10 frames of lag. Uh, Gone are the days of CRT zero lag or 1 millisecond of lag, because it doesn't make sense to transmit a signal instantaneously and have it affordable and cheap for everybody.
Hmm.
You need something reasonable within scope, and that's just saying across the board, everybody experiences 7 to 10 seconds of 10 frames
Yeah.
of lag, and that'll give an opportunity to send the signal. And if you only have 3 seconds lag, you're gonna either I'm not sure exactly how it works, but because you're within range, you won't feel it.
Hmm.
I learned that from Smash Bros. Ultimate. When they designed Smash Bros, they designed it with lag in mind from the ground up, because there's some moves that don't come out instantaneously where they used to. Like you have to anticipate and buffer those frames of lag.
Very advanced stuff.
More forward thinking than I would ever uh, get to. But I guess when you're the guys designing or behind it or trying to find the solution to the problem, you come up with creative, genuine solutions, and then it just becomes adopted as a wide industry standard at that point.
And it's really interesting because, you and I or whoever we play against online,
Mm-hmm.
we're oblivious to it. You're like, when there's a lag, and it's
Uh-huh.
usually like, oh, it's beyond a second. Like, oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you missed the button. You
I'm
missed it.
dropping stuff.
You're dropping stuff. You're not blocking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're not taking your turn when it's your spot when you normally would.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You're not countering when you want to. So infuriating. So that lends to you start adopting a different fighting style, and that's like a lag fight style. Like you will only do moves that are super safe or super like they're punishable, but not with this kind of lag.
mm.
Like the opponent won't be able to react to it. Like your opponent wants to punish you, but there's way too much lag for him to do it. So
Distance too, right? I
uh,
noticed that you can get away with something higher frame, a more unsafe move if you're further away.
yes, because then your opponent would either need to have reach or enough speed to come up and do the move. So either you have range or you have the ability to uh, get up closer and perform whatever punish that you want.
It's cool when you go into training mode, you can see that it's down to 100th of a measurement of whatever it is.
The distance. Yeah.
And it's just constantly changing, even just as you're there, just in your stance, it's constantly moving.
So I'm at that point where I've not mastered King by any means, but I've gone through a majority of his move list already. I haven't exhausted it, but I'm familiar. I'm like, there's no move that surprises me anymore. Like, whoa, like where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah, exactly. I've hit that point of like, okay, there's multiple moves. Now I'm like, okay, why the fuck would I ever use this move versus this one? I mean, one, to throw off your opponent, and two, each move, has a wide range of frame rate, frame data, and also a wide range of physical range between you and your opponent. So
startup frames also.
Yes, startup frames. Everything's slightly different and everything's situational, and that just means you have more tools in your kit to approach different opponents or to just mix it up. And I know we've talked about mixing it up, but such a key ingredient, like a stable diet. You don't want to just keep eating the same thing over and over, like pasta again. Like, what the fuck?
It's bad for the mind.
Yes, bad for the soul, bad for everything, bad for your significant other that also has to eat pasta with you. But yes, wide range of moves, wide ranges of circumstances.
Sometimes there's a move that doesn't make any sense, but it's because it's not supposed to be a startup move. It's supposed to be somewhere as your secondary, third, maybe even a finale. I've tried to use moves that like, oh, that's so stupid. Like, why did you do that? But I then throw them in at the end of a combo, and it's like, oh, that was that was nice.
All right, that was nice.
You put the salt at the end.
I was like, what is this dish? I don't know what the fuck this is. This tastes great after this.
Yeah, you just move some ingredients, so it is a big soup at the end of the day that you're messing with.
On the subject of lag, and F-Zero on the GameCube is probably one game I didn't expect to have lag in, and I think it threw us off universally.
And I don't think that we knew that it was throwing us off.
No,
I was just like, this game's harder. It's
exactly,
for some reason I'm not hitting these turns right. And then when you went over the controller, right, that's kind of you're getting at. I was like, oh, could that have been it?
So there is MVG. He's the, I don't even know how to describe half these people on YouTube, but he goes real technical into the flaws of the GameCube app. And I was like, flaws? Like, there's flaws? And he pointed them out. And I think I texted you one day, like, it was the input lag. It was not everything gets scaled up correctly. So 2D images.
Yeah, I do recall seeing that.
Yeah, because you pointed out, I was like, hey, that doesn't look like it looks like low res, and you just blew it up. Whereas like all the 3D assets looked just fine getting blown up. Maybe that's just by nature or some technicality quirk. And there's a third aspect I don't remember right now, but the lag was enough to kind of throw it off. And then what was it? It was it may have been the controls, but there's enough lag for us to feel a difference in it. And in that kind of game where it's high speed and your inputs do matter, like having that little millisecond added to it, oh man, you're fucking bumper carding.
Especially that game, which I go back and I think, okay, I get the excitement for it, but was it the right game for them to actually dish out as a game that you would actually run? I think you could still run it, but you have to change you have to, as you say, play anticipating the lag, which anybody can do. But it changes the whole game. And then you go play the original and you're like, oh, you're off again.
I think if you never played the original, you'll be just fine. And you'll just get used to it. You'll adapt to it. And then you won't know any better. But we've
seasoned eye.
Yeah, the seasoned eye. You ruined me. You'll feel the lag. And it sucks. One positive aspect was the controller was analog. And that threw me off too. Because I didn't expect like analog support onto the Switch too.
It was so sensitive that it felt digital.
Yeah, it's from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yes.
Like that gap.
Maybe it needs to get broken in,
Mhm.
or there's not enough tension in it yet. I don't know.
I will say the feeling of the GameCube controller is different.
Mm.
One, it's a smaller package, and then two, the texture on the controller is a lot more rough. And then three, the triggers, by whatever reason, feel a lot softer on a Wavebird or on a original GameCube controller. So,
My Wavebirds definitely felt worn.
yeah, I was about to say, like, after 20 plus years, yeah, these things are not gonna feel nice and tight, and like
Yeah.
it is broken in. No longer a virgin. It is,
This
yes.
thing's in its 40s.
Yeah, you get what you get. I don't care.
Yeah.
It still holds up. The value of that controller is still there, surprisingly. Like I thought it was
Because of that lag input information that I found out. Yes, I was like, oh, that thing is gold.
how many frames did I say that added to it?
Uh,
8, 10, 10. I think
the
8 to
new
10.
controller. Yes.
The app, the software
Yes.
adds the 8 to 10 frames per second.
The Wavebird is at like 1.
That's
Like that was at the high, 0.33 to
dude,
1
that's
frame.
fucking insane. That is fucking insane.
Yeah.
For something that old to like achieve borderline lagless performance, like that is really
Monumental.
good. Yes. Especially,
So
current generation.
You suck.
Yes.
It's literally all you.
Mario Strikers, no, you just bad fundamentals. Can't pass the ball. You're too aggressive.
Yeah.
But that did suck. Was nice. A nice feature that I tried to. I was surprised you didn't get much information on it, but the widescreen support for GameCube, Nintendo Switch Online. It was cool to play F-Zero from 4:3 to 16:9, or similar to widescreen.
I felt a little off. Not gonna lie.
Mhm.
It was cool to like see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole screen filled up for once,
Mhm.
but it did throw me off. I don't feel like it gave me any kind of
No,
advantage.
I don't think so either. And also, like, what do you call it? The tracker for what placement you're on, the players that are ahead of you.
Yeah.
And that's still at a 4:3
It's
placement.
still right in the
Yeah,
middle.
it's still cutting you off.
Yeah.
I guess you get more peripherals and that, more screen real estate. It's better
I'll
than
take
this.
it.
Yes.
No doubt. I was thrown off by there was like it seems like the project was done in layers. So any like top layers, like
Mhm.
the characters, placements, the scores, all that, those were touched up to modern graphics. But everything else, some things were just kind of left alone,
Mhm.
or not as touched up as
Yeah,
the
nothing
other
was
things.
across the board
No,
scaled up.
you could tell like there's
Yeah.
things that they're just like, nah, we're not,
I-
we don't have the time for all that. Like, you want it or not?
I wanted to give it the credit that, hey, you're going from this size TV or something a little bit bigger from a 30 to, something double the size. Like I am trying to give that credit of like, hey, we've never played it at this size.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some cons, but at the same time, man, like these cons kind of outweigh the benefits sometimes.
Yes, and I'm at the end of the day, I'm happy that it's there.
I'm happy it's there.
And what it does is, if anything, it's kind of like upscalers.
Mhm.
It actually reinforces why some of the old stuff is actually better. Not to say it's more convenient. This is by no means convenient to haul around or take anywhere compared to
Or to sit
your
down.
Switch, where you can literally take it on the go. You can take it to work. You can take it to
Fucking take it to bed, take it to the toilet, take it right here.
Yes, and upload it to the screen. Like, you can't do all that with
Yeah.
this, but this still has certain traits that make it advantageous and make it worth keeping in the long
Yes.
run.
In the long run, I don't think I can ever see myself selling. It's gonna go with me from house to house. I got a spot right next to me.
Next to your tombstone.
Yeah, my wife. What? No, bury me with my CRT.
Yes.
Sunset Rider reference.
I posted the HD CRT.
Oh yeah,
it was hard, but I was like, man, just fucking do it already. And
don't bury me with my CRT.
not that one.
That's not the one. That was a fling.
There's a lot of mix on the HD CRTs right now that I'm seeing, and I think it's the truest way to play a 480 to 1080i stuff that's on like PS2 or that's on Xbox. But it is so inconvenient to have a giant HD CRT on top of another standard definition TV when you can basically just run it HDMI and play it on your.
And it sucks
Widescreen.
even more when they have a remastered version. So the lag does matter when it's like, you know, a high performance kind of game. But if it's just a laid back single player adventure game, which I mean most of those you're not going to play a competitive game for the most part on a CRT, maybe a couple fighters. But the HD remasters almost not make obsolete, but it's like this and that. Like
the only thing I don't like
know.
about remasters is when they maybe take something that should have been left as somewhat of a pixelized type of look, and then they try to make it like a 3D look, like the Final Fantasy VII. When they try to recreate the field, it kind of takes out. You're too distracted by what they're doing.
Like fucking ugly.
Yeah,
fucking Ellie from The Last of Us. Sorry, I always feel bad for that comment because I'm sure she's a sweet girl and everything, but god damn, like what? I can't lie to myself.
It's not on her. It's more of the casting and what they were trying to do.
Yeah, defend me.
It's like, yeah, it's like, oh man, like she was a pretty girl, and was she a girl? Because I think she's actually trans now. But the point being that there was, they didn't want to maintain the prettiness in the character, but then they made her too rough and unbelievable. I don't even believe that she's a tough character.
Borderline unlikable, and that's from I'm coming from the perspective of someone who loves both games. You know, there's a point where you get annoyed with the character. You don't have that feeling in the game.
I don't feel like that's a good role for her. I can see how maybe in casting they thought, right? Because she's tough and she don't care and she's kind of butch, but she is just kind of too like there's no way that this butch girl is going to beat up this actual cowboy man, grown ass man. Yeah, all of a sudden she's just better than him. She can take him down. There's no freaking way.
This guy builds fences.
He's on a horse.
Yeah, you're over there making moth tattoos.
Yeah,
what was I about to say?
Guitar and whatnot.
I do think some of it was a casting chemistry decision. I really watch more shit. I was like, oh, they've worked with each other before, not like together, but they were on Game of Thrones. So maybe, remember, she was the little girl that gets choked by the giant at the end. Okay. And then Pedro Pascal is the guy that got, I mean.
Was he on Game of Thrones?
Yeah. You don't remember?
Mm-mm.
He was, I'm going to spoil it. He fought the Mountain. He got very, like, conceited. The Mountain killed his brother. He challenged him to a rematch. He took the dwarf's place.
Ah, yes. I didn't know that was him.
That was him. The fucking cartwheels and everything. God, dude,
I'm not fresh. You're pretty fresh, man.
Even then, like, this guy, well, yeah, I'm fresh. The amount of times I've seen his face, I'm getting tired. He's having, what do you call this? Too much. There's so many actors that have had this like window of fame for 5 years.
Yeah, they
burn you out.
They're milking it. They're like, oh, people like him.
Yeah. Fucking, I don't know.
Make me that money.
Brad Pitt. I don't know. Was he like a consecutively famous character?
Oh yeah, I think it's the next one up. It's the next. He's such a likable.
I was going to say likable.
The women find him extremely attractive.
The men don't hate him.
Yeah, the men don't hate him. He's getting political, so now that's starting to create some despise. But
he just divided your audience.
I don't know why he did that. He had it all right, and then he chose a side. You just could have just stayed out of it.
I mean, at some point, you don't give a fuck.
Yes, every generation has their icon, and right now he's filling that role.
Yeah, he's all over the place. He's social media, each TikTok. I mean, he's
Gaming
gaining
has this, you know. Gaming has this where they have this iconic figure, you know, God of War. You know,
Kratos.
He was just killing it for the 2010s. You know,
Joel. I mean, not Pedro Pascal, excuse me.
Yeah.
Fucking burping gas up over here.
Oh,
Soup. Love soup. I mean, I went too quick with it. Joel had his like little limelight.
Oh yeah.
I won't say it was big, but like people did love him as a character. And I was like, cool, I like this Joel better than that Joel.
Yeah.
They're both good Joels. Come to accept that.
I'm trying to think like who else besides like Master Chief.
Master Chief had a good spot.
Yeah.
Fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
They ran him down though, man. The typical, right? They saw him. They exploited it way too much, and now to the point where even if they come out with a new game, majority of the audience is no longer excited.
On the subject of Microsoft Halo, I saw a video. Spawnwave. Spawnwave is doing these things where he posts these videos very, not spontaneously, but if he gets like a big news hit, he's not going to wait till tomorrow morning to report on it. He's just going to turn on his camera, report it, you know, off the wall type of reporting ish. He's still professional about it.
Yeah.
But, you know,
he's pretty good about doing something. We're going live. And he actually does it. He actually does it pretty
professionally. He's not yelling. He's not like he
keeps it unbiased. I think too. He doesn't leak things that are not, unless he'll tell you if it's not proven or it's a rumor.
He did lean a little biased, more of like disappointed in Microsoft. But I was like, man, how can you not? There's a whole bunch of layoffs in Microsoft. They announced it and they projected that they're laying off a good majority of their company.
I heard about that.
I mean, I feel like every company's getting hit with layoffs right now.
Well, with AI, I mean, especially a tech company like that, like you saw that this was coming, guys. You invented your replacement.
No, right?
This is your fault.
You come into the office, don't do shit. You don't think I'm going to get rid of you at some point? This thing is doing your job and you're just chilling.
Yeah,
I'm going to get rid of you or get rid of the people that you hired.
Yeah, I don't think it had anything about making. Well, it did have something to do about making money. It wasn't like, oh, they're going under. It was just like, oh, like you can make way more money if you just got rid of these jobs and made these new ones. Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna make new ones, but
somebody's happy at the end of the day. They're like, this is my decision. I wanted this. So slashed across the board, and a little bit of sidelines from that. VR. There is a Microsoft license or Xbox license Oculus Rift or Oculus VR headset. So basically the whole slogan of like, this is an Xbox, that's an Xbox. I don't know if you've seen that marketing campaign. Basically they're saying that anything can be an Xbox. As long as you get their software on your hardware, it's an Xbox. So I'm like, all right, interesting approach, but are you giving up on your hardware? Like I bought a fucking fridge over there in the shape of your console, off camera, but Series X mini fridge. So I feels like they're entering the space of like Microsoft is going back to being a software app. I mean, it's in the fucking name, Microsoftware. But they took cuts, and that means they had to also cut some development with some studios. And one of the titles that got cut, it was announced officially and got cut, was Perfect Dark. Now the game was being baked for like around 7 years. I'm like, 7 years? You do something for 7 years, you have something. I don't know how developed it is, but you made something, probably scrapped it, made it again.
And that's it.
Gone. They cut it. And for me, I'm like, okay, I could see the disappointment of the perfect fart. The Perfect Dark fan, man, but just 2 words, 2 letters, Perfect Fart trilogy.
Yeah,
I really want it.
Baking.
What if we change it from dark to fart? Might work. Might get us enough attention. Anyways, Perfect Dark got wiped out. 7 years of development just gone, and they're like, "Well, what the fuck?" Like, I'm coming from the side of like, I'm not a Perfect Dark fan, and if it came out, I don't know if I would have bought it. Like, it wouldn't have sold. I can see why they would cancel this thing. Like, what is the projected revenue? How much time have you spent making this game? And you're only going to make me this much money? I'm cutting you. Like,
Yeah.
you are losing me money, and at the end of it, you're going to lose me more money because you're going to ask for more time, and the project's just not going to be worth the amount of investment we put in. So I saw it from that point of view. But then again, I don't know how good or how much more development or what the ins and outs of this game was. It's just more of like, Microsoft announcing something and then getting rid of it. So that means they had enough confidence at some point to talk about it and to get everybody.
7 years.
Yeah, I was like, you better come out with this game. I'm announcing it. And then they just, walk back on their own words. It looks really bad on them.
They committed paying someone, some team,
Yes.
some organization for 7 years. I'm kind of on the same thing. Like, I didn't buy Perfect Dark on the 360s until recently.
Yeah.
Cool. I ran it. I thought it was neat. I wouldn't say it's great by any means. So I already have that expectation. So I think all of that definitely checks out. I think I see it as a disappointment that every game, especially something that's been put in for 7 years, deserves to be released so that the public can see it and build from that.
Yeah.
It's even when a great game just falls to its demise, like, well, at least you saw what happened, and for the next generation, at this point, don't do this.
Yeah.
Do this. But we can't see that correction. We can't see if it was going to get better. It could have been the next best thing. It likely wasn't going to be, but it's still valiant effort on behalf of Microsoft to say, let's keep putting money into this. Trying, even though that wasn't their Halo.
Why are you doing this? Come on, give me
poking it with the stick. Come on, do something.
Betting on fucking black this time.
But that's the disappointment for me. 7 years worth of work.
I know.
Not just from one person. You're talking about a whole team.
Yeah, it's not just Kojima making this fucking game.
It could have been a copycat game. We don't know. Likely there was unique aspects to this game that will probably never get seen now.
Judging by the trailer, because Spawnwave had it playing in the background while he was talking about it, the ideas of it look pretty good. Like, as a first-person shooter, like there's a first-person shooter puzzle action, kind of a Metroid Prime type of deal, like
a first-person Metroid game almost, or puzzle game.
Yes, they're doing things on screen where they're like throwing smoke bombs, closing in the distance, doing some counter melees, pinning people, shooting them. They're doing pretty cool stuff. But like, I also thought, like, how realistic was that? Like, you kick somebody off the balcony, you decided to jump off of it and land on him and then pin him down. Like, no, that's not realistic. You're gonna jump, you're gonna miss him, you're gonna land ahead of him, and you're gonna look back and shoot him, and then go to the next objective. Like, stuff like that rarely works. It was very more of a, like, they're pitching an idea. You can do these things. It looked promising, judging by the trailer. And the trailer has been out for a while, so like I said, the disappointment of.
That's funny. Like, we're not even worried about all the people they got.
No, my game, my fucking game. You got.
Yeah, they're out there with cardboard signs and like, can you finish the game still or not?
on the topic of a game dying, there's a movement. I'm not sure. I forgot what it's called. It's like something like games not dying or games. I'll search it up later because the movement or the name of the movement is pretty important. Or at least to the topic that I'm talking about, is that when you buy a digital copy of a game and they decide, hey, I am no longer supporting this, you no longer have the rights to it, and your digital copy or key is no longer valid. You can no longer play the game. They're saying that if you purchase something, they said something about general commerce. It's like, it's been a general rule since, like, trading has been a thing. If you buy a product, you should, at the end of the day, still have this product. It's not a service. Like that's a different topic.
Yeah, that's a Switch model now.
Yes, it's a service. Like, no, you don't have rights to that shit. You paid for a service. In this service, there's an agreed start and end time. There's your contractual agreement. You
month to month.
Month to month. If they write it out like that, they're in the right.
You got nothing.
Yeah,
but you paid for this.
I paid for it.
It was. You hadn't changed the description yet. You said that I owned this game. I bought it.
Yeah.
And now you're not honoring it, and you just want to just pick up your bags and leave.
What do you want me to do? I'm out of business.
If a business goes bankrupt, what can you do? I don't know. You'd have to take it that far, which I don't think any business. Is it Microsoft or is it?
It's just more of like a policy, like umbrella term. Like, hey, this is how games, or this is how the commerce of games should work.
I think Europe has changed that, so I guess it's really here in America if they're going to adopt that rule or not.
So the movement has to get passed by some type of level legislation. I don't know the details. I might be even misrepresenting this idea. I'll share some links or videos to what it actually is, but it's gaining traction now, and it says it needs like at least 1 million votes or 1 million signatures to actually be even considered or go to this next level of legislation. And I think he came out, somebody like misrepresented his movement. He said, this is fucking dumb. And then the guy that came up with was like, it's fucking dumb because that's not what it means. Like you misrepresented the whole movement, which is I'm kind of scared of doing right here. Like I'm misrepresenting it. But basically he said, this is a dumb idea. It's not worth, like he was talking about like changing online service games to have a plan to cancel it, and people should have the rights to it. And I was like, no, I can see problems to it. Somebody can come in and make profit off of like Fortnite goes out of business.
Yeah.
You leave it to the masses. Now somebody else takes it and profits out of it. That's his argument. But the argument's more of like these single player games. There's like this, I forgot, there's Hot Pursuit or something like that. It's no longer available, even though you paid for it. I was like, that's a different argument. Like you paid for something, you should have ownership to it. But basically he misrepresented the campaign, ironically, in some cruel sense. Like he wanted to avoid internet drama, but he was like, hey, I don't think this movement's going to get anywhere past 1 million. I'm just going to come up front. This guy fucked me over. This is not what it means. And I started losing steam once he started getting his
Sometimes all I need for the internet to just take off, man.
Yes, and then internet flipped back on him. Everybody's calling him a conceited asshole. Like, hey, like you're wrong. Like here's the list. Just own up to it. Say you're wrong and move past it. And then he doubled down, which is like, a politician move. Don't ever admit you're wrong.
Sounds like a whole GameStop situation happening all over again.
Yeah, it's
but it would be a shame. I think about it like if you bought the Switch games, which those are yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you move to the Switch 3, and then they're not there. Technically, I think they could do that. But if you ever went back to your Switch online account, they just wipe them out for some reason.
I think there should be.
It wouldn't just be you that's pissed, though.
Yeah.
I think the whole
humanity. Exactly.
Worldwide.
Even Pitbull is pissed. I like, even if I'm misconstruing that idea, I still think that physical copies are getting phased out. They're giving us keys to games physically to access these games. I'm like, okay. The whole idea of us physically owning it is so we have some sense of ownership. If I could have the same type of ownership with my digital copies, I'm not trying to profit off you. I'm not trying to pirate. I'm trying to pay for your game, have it digitally, own it. I paid for it, or I paid for something, a copyright. I should be entitled to something, and I shouldn't worry about ever losing this. Or I could be worried about it not being supported for future consoles. That's understandable. Like that's a lot asking for a console manufacturer to be that much backwards compatible.
Here's the difference, though. When you buy your Super Nintendo game, this game, what do we got here?
Double Dash.
When you buy that game, it's done. There's no add-ons to it.
This Game Boy game with my name on it.
Yes, it seems like every game nowadays has supportability for the next 5-10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's you buy it, and it even tells you version 1.0.0.0.0.0.0.
Mm-hmm.
Come 3 months later, it's a different number.
Yeah.
And
2.
yes, and it's just ongoing. So I can see how you shouldn't own the game because you can't own the game.
No, it's a growing.
You would own a version of the game, and then
Mhm.
you'd be obsolete because you can't run it with the new software.
Yeah.
So it's tough. That's going to be a tough one for the future. I think they're just going to get away from even. You can't own it. I'm sorry.
You can only experience it.
You can only experience it.
It is a ticket now.
It is a ticket. When you play Mario Kart World, like it is, there's no way they're done.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that package is done. They're probably are still finding little quirks and things that shouldn't be there. Tekken, for a perfect example, constantly adjusting the frame rates on every character,
balancing everything,
balancing it out. They're going to do that with Mario Kart and but basically every hype game from here on out.
On that subject, Mario Kart did receive a patch, and I don't play it enough to know what actually happened. But they changed something online to how maps are not requested, but they're like how the online how the players vote for the next map. They did something to where they took something away or some type of control, and now it's done for them, or it's a choice that doesn't matter.
For like online gameplay?
Yes.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I was like, don't fuck with my local gameplay. That's why I kind of don't care or didn't pay as much attention, but there was a huge backlash on Nintendo. I was like, what the fuck? Like, we were having fun, and then you changed it, and now like we had to work with this compromise. There was a problem. Nintendo came up with a solution. It ended up with majority unhappy, majority consensus of being unhappy, and then Nintendo just figuring out the solution. I don't know what it is, but basically, they came up with a patch. It's different from the original release.
Yeah.
And now you have a different game on your hand. It's I don't know. For me, it's like I'm already accepting of that idea that they can change this game the next fucking week. My fucking king character will be fucking D tier the next week. Yeah. Grabs don't do shit. Which I've noticed, man, my fucking grabs don't do shit anymore.
Not like they used to?
No, like I was like, man, that used to be a 30% fucking chunk. Now it's only 20. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, welcome to regular population.
Oh, no, this was fun. I was just dominating with the grabs.
On the lower tier. As you get to mid and higher tier levels, the grabs don't even fucking
How are they just fucking getting out of every grab? I watched some videos on it. I was like, you have to pay attention to, what arms or what limbs.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you know how many grabs King has? So like for you, it's not a big deal, but if you're playing against a king, the this motion versus this, and then sometimes this looks like this.
I know.
Oh, and it's so quick.
So fucking like, I don't know which one's which.
So I have to predict patterns, and I do have to be ready for it. But if you get too grab ready, you start getting punished in other ways. So you can't, you can't just defend one thing. You have to defend that and everything else, and be aggressive because the game is predominantly wanting you to be aggressive.
Yeah, if you're not, you're something's gonna poke in.
Hey, I played a game at Quasar's, the local arcade that we have. I ran Tekken 5.
They have Tekken 5 there?
Yeah, Tekken 5.
Man, I'm becoming like a Tekken fan. Like,
it fucking sucked. It was not good. I played as Law, and the movements and everything coming from Tekken 8. I was like, oh, dude, like I expected from Tekken 2 and 3. Like I kind of have that familiarity, but with 5, I was expecting a little bit more. And it had this kind of like these sluggishness type moves, and everything was kind of, you still had this kind of like big jump. I did not like it, man.
I'm trying to think which one.
My least favorite Tekken so far.
I'm trying to think which one Tekken 5 is. It's right after, what is it? So 3,
I think
4.
It's the PS2 one.
Yeah, I was about to say, it is the one after they changed everything up, like
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
changed everything up, and I think they went back after
I
5.
think Jin's on the cover of. I think I have that one. I just wanted to share that little tidbit.
Tekken 5, huh?
Let's wrap up on games that we ran. So we ran Red Steel for like 2 minutes.
Mm.
I thought it was pretty good. I could see the potential in it.
I was like, God, the fucking waggle controls, man.
Yeah.
You got to swing back over here.
Really cool that you can go back to a Wii game and still have a really good time, a unique experience.
Mm-hmm.
We played Raiden 5, no 4.
4. Which you were kind of in and out.
I think that you liked it more than I did. I thought it was good. The gameplay was very well balanced. I didn't like how they squeezed it all into this.
Oh yeah, you have this whole widescreen real estate,
and they give you just this. They switch it this way. I'm like, this is on the 360. Why didn't you take up all of this real estate here, or at least put information on the sides?
They commit to the Tate mode like hardcore. Like they're not disappointing this community of vertical screen players.
I don't have a vertical screen. I mean, I guess I could just.
My 75-inch TV.
I would love to run that game vertically, but I'm not going to. Maybe if you have like a monitor where you can quickly adjust it, but other than that, a really good game. The music was not as impressive as I thought it was.
No, and it comes with a dedicated music track.
It's like, oh man,
you better stand on it.
You guys,
yeah.
And it wasn't. I don't think it's that good. Tenchu, a game that requires high level of patience.
Yeah.
I can see it being really good, but being when we run game nights, it's gonna be like fast and tense. We don't have a lot of time to be fucking playing some stealthy,
fucking straight to butt sex.
Yeah, come on,
yeah. Come on, let's get on with the fucking.
Yeah,
I can't see how that's a B or A tier game.
Well, yeah, because you're coming in raging hard.
What's all this foreplay? Stop kissing me.
Boots Kanamon. No.
Take out the boots. I want to smell the feet.
You got to take Tenchu out for dinner.
Oh no!
Wait a few months. We didn't have that capacity to wait for.
Maybe I still don't see it, and that's like.
I saw a lot of clips also where they see him like kind of sneaking up, throwing cans, and they get distracted. He'll sneak up behind them, kill them. I thought that was really cool for a PS1 game. That's what I always have to go and PS1 was dishing out so much, and it doesn't get any appreciation for that. Look at their catalog. I can't. We are still going through so many games.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this looks cool.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, there's another cool looking PS1.
Your 007 racing game. I thought it was gonna be ass, and it turned out to be pretty decent. And I was like, okay, this was 97, 98.
It looked like ass. It looked like a game to a PC game.
It was fun,
like where they throw all the art at you.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll give it that.
One thing I want to add on Tenchu. Bored at work, going through this new wave of things. Anyways, I had enough time to see. I was curious. What came first, Metal Gear Solid or Tenchu? Because they're both PS1 games and they're both early.
I think Tenchu did.
Tenchu came out, I think, somewhere in October. They came in with 2 months, a 2-month span. I was like, that's fucking crazy.
They didn't bite off of each other. There's no way.
There's no way.
You couldn't say Tenchu inspired Metal Gear Solid.
They ran independently. They want to do stealth games, stealth genre, and I'm biased, but I'm
Metal
gonna
Gear
say
Solid is not as stealthy though as Tenchu is.
The radar is what gives you the illusion of being stealthy, or the element of looking stealthy, like hiding against a wall, like, oh, that's stealthy. I'm like, no, like he just.
Tenchu's more like a Splinter Cell type game, where Metal Gear Solid is it's fun, it's actionable, things don't make sense in real life to this game.
Gotta C4 this fucking wall.
You're throwing people in lockers and just left open,
Oh, there's holes. There's holes in the floor. It was disappointing when you couldn't roll in that game, because I played the GameCube version first. No, sorry, Metal Gear Solid.
Oh,
rolling away. I was like, that's my biggest crutch.
What's funny is people say the GameCube version is easier.
It's way easier.
I think once you figure it out, it is, but I thought it was fucking hard.
Really?
Yeah.
You have first person aiming, like
I was already conditioned to the
Metal Gear
organic real way.
Yeah, just aiming at everybody. Yeah, just wanted to add that those two games came out within months of each other, and then Metal Gear took off. Tenshu had a sequel, but
Yeah.
like after, like, it's cool that, like you said, they didn't bite off each other. They're still both doing their own thing, their own stealth games, and one got labeled as a GOAT, and the other one just kind of did its thing.
That was a special time in gaming. You had basically, hey, who wants to get in?
Mhm.
Okay, sure. Is it good? Okay, I trust you.
Yeah, I don't have anything else for next month.
Now we're dumping so much money into these AAA title games, and we already seen probably a couple games that, nope,
Yeah,
wasn't good. Got pulled. All of that work for 10 years. I mean, PS1 was just dedicated on how do I make this fun? How do I have a good time?
Yeah.
I got about a year to produce
got
this.
8 months.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
If it's not done, okay, well, somebody else is coming out with more stuff.
You want more time? You want more months? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Gran Turismo 2, talking about the level of quality and 3D graphics for that time frame.
Yes.
That little PS1 was a fucking workhorse. And then right alongside it is the 64 just running off marketing.
Yeah.
Pure marketing.
Yeah. This got Mario.
Yeah, it's got Mario.
Got Zelda. What else? What else do you want?
Great games. You can't say that they didn't, but for some reason, PS1 got terribly overshadowed.
Mhm.
I think PS1 was kind of like if you had the money type game. I don't know. At least that's how I remember it. They probably weren't even that much. PS1 probably wasn't that much more expensive, but Nintendo was more family oriented.
Yeah, it's definitely
PS1 was like anything goes in this club.
Yeah, Nintendo always branded themselves as the family-friendly content.
Fucking conkers.
Yeah, it's a fucking squirrel. The sunflower. How bad can it be, son?
Oh no!
Yeah, come on, talk to the sunflower. Why does it have fucking tits? Why are you jumping on its tits?
It's hitting on me.
Oh my god, it's so turned on about a fucking flower. I'm fucking 12.
Yeah.
So PlayStation, Sony, I don't know, just fucking knocks it out. When they fucking set their development team to do something, they like just keep fucking going.
Apparently some backstabbing, right? Back in the day between Nintendo and PlayStation, they could have been giant.
I mean, Nintendo didn't want to take their offer, their deal, and then I think they went to even Sega. They pitched it to Sega to see if they wanted to also work out a deal. Also didn't want to do their own thing. They didn't want to partake, so PlayStation did their own thing. They went on their direction and said, fuck it.
Do you know who I am? I make cassette players.
Make fucking TVs.
Make TVs. I do it all.
Fucking cameras.
You want me in this game?
Oh man, I'll fucking do it on my own. I just thought it would be a cool deal. It would
have been cool to work together.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't want to make you my competition.
Go full petty mode. Just knock you out the market, or eat your market.
But I love it, man. You know, because of this, we have available one of the best controllers out there. And then you also have different styles of gaming. Nintendo's really held down on the family-oriented type console.
I don't know how, but like, yeah,
they know that formula sells. Like, who's got the money? The parents. Kids want something. Okay, well, and then there it is. There's the formula.
And then the kids grow up into parents, and now they're just fucking peddling the same shit. It's the Disney effect.
And look what they got us now, right? They're putting these games on online platforms, and once again, just re-squeezing us out. Like, oh, don't worry, we can still make money off this generation. Yeah. It seems like that's the plan now. It's bake in some things that are going to become memorable, and then later on, hit them again.
Plant this nostalgia seed for it to blossom in 20 years. And
doubt it was intentional, but I can see that this is the formula.
They can capitalize on it, and there's no way they're not going to.
They're going to make some money.
Why else would they sell me a GameCube controller that only like 10% is going to actually buy, and then make it very limited, make you fight over it? Just fucking give me your money. Like, that's what they want.
Speaking of that, the last point is this summer has been crazy with the amount of games and deals and everything all of a sudden coming out. It was probably about year 2021, 2022 when they had said that everything was going to be backed up for about 3 years because of course COVID was going to put some delays in production. And I certainly feel like 2025 is the year that everything finally just catches up. Switch 2, you got Metal Gear, you got Kojima coming out with content. I mean, Nintendo's coming out with games every day. That's remember last year everybody was complaining about PlayStation not having enough games. It's like, oh, they got plenty of games now.
Right now we're having the same argument with the Switch 2. I'm having that argument with the Switch 2. There's not enough fucking shit on it.
Yeah, but it'll come. It'll come. You're gonna be like, oh, I don't have enough money. I thought you wanted all this stuff.
By the way, the friend that wanted the Switch 2, and he was asking me, you should get it. He ended up getting it, bought it, has it. It's in his hands now.
It wasn't unavailable. I mean, it wasn't like it was the hardest thing to get.
It wasn't.
Did like they had a little bit of hiccup early on, but okay, wait 3 to 4 weeks. That's not the end of the world. Plus, there's only one game. Yeah. You know, you'd be fine.
I told him like, hey, it's not gonna kill you, but you might as well just fucking get it because you're eventually gonna get it. And when you that one game that you want to play comes out and you don't have the Switch and you have to go through all these hurdles just to get the damn console. Yeah, that's when it's not worth it. And I was like, peace of mind, just have it now. Don't even think about it. The game that you want is going to come out, and you concern yourself with that. And
I did hear that Target just came out with like a restock, and I'm sure it's not just them. It's Walmart. Fucking everybody's got some now. Damn, so don't worry. If you want to Switch 2, there's not that many people willing to pay $550 for this bundle deal.
I will say, the last time I looked it up, and it was like a week or two ago, when he asked me that question, I was like, okay, well, let me check the stock. Let me see if it's like, in stock. None of the stores had it in stock. That was 2 weeks ago. And I only started looking. You have to keep looking. As soon as you get an alert that, hey, we're restocked and we're selling them, you got to act on it. You have to be active.
That should be my closing thought, which is, it is hard to sometimes stay on top of gaming news and gaming products. There's a controller, Astrobot. I still, for some reason, I had to look it up. It didn't just show up in my feed for some reason.
Oh, I had to also tell you about it.
Yeah, you have to tell me about it. So I would have missed out on the Astrobot that's coming out next month.
I mean, you were going to buy it.
I think I'm thinking about buying it because I need another backup controller. And then Death Stranding 2 controller, that was cool. Once again, a product that's going to be here for a little bit and then it's going to be gone.
And then people are going to want it. It's going to be double the fucking price.
The controllers for the Switch, if you're not paying attention, if you're not part of the account, if you're not reading the newsletters, like you're going to miss it. Yeah. And then you're going to be like, I really wanted that SNES controller. Yeah, it's about $200 if you want one.
Or you can wait and maybe we're going to come out some more. The Switch 2 Pro controllers, those are also getting fucking sold out.
Really? I mean, remember, they're luxurious, but I don't know if I want to buy them.
$85 controller, and then I got my 8-bit fucking
$85. $85 is not bad for a Pro controller.
But how pro is it?
Does it have paddles? Does it have analog to digital? Does it have
it has digital, it has paddles, nothing adjustable, and it has the little mic input.
Can you take off the D-pad and put like a different D-pad? Nope. Nothing like that? I got to give it to Xbox and PlayStation. They did a phenomenal job of spoiling us.
Yes, more so Sony, because their quality control for Microsoft was fucking ass.
And I'm just hearing of it, but apparently it's not news. It's been around for a long time.
Xbox, they never fucking fixed it. Like, like you will still buy the odds of buying a Pro controller from Microsoft. It's not called. It's called something.
Yeah. Elite or
what a cool name.
Yeah.
You just piggybacked off Halo again, and you still fucked it up. How do you fuck that up? Just come out with a good quality controller. I know that's a lot harder than it actually sounds, but fucking put some money down and
don't call it Elite.
Yeah, don't call it little fucking grunt controller. If anything, like yeah. Closing thoughts on that. Microsoft, get your shit together. Come on.
You can do better.
Yeah, you can do better. Oculus
viewers.
Oh yeah. Fuck you. Stop buying their shit. They need Sony just needs to eat them up and buy Halo already.
Well, appreciate it, guys, for watching. 4th of July is coming around the corner.
Oh yeah, America.
And we have Donkey Kong Bonanza a couple weeks away. So
it's already July.
It's already July. Going by quick.
It rolls by.
Yeah. Anything else? Good.
That'll be it. Sorry for our one viewer,
Yeah.
our Microsoft fan.
Hope you guys enjoyed the new place. Also, I think we're going to be doing recordings from here as long as everything comes out right.
Mm-hmm.
No lag. We can have a conversation for once, so that's good. But all right, guys. See you guys later.
See ya. Pretty good. Pretty like